Welcome back. We hope you've been following our exploration of the Grain Moisture Lab at the Maryland Department of Agriculture. In this final segment, we'll explore the grain moisture cooler used to store previously harvested grain.
This year's harvest of corn that we got, and we get it in September, and we'll give it a preliminary test, but then we'll store it again. We store it so we can come back and see if it maintains its integrity. Now you can see this jar didn't do too well because it's got mold on it. So I can't use this one. So they're all different depending on the hybrid, how it's bred. You can see this one here stayed pretty consistent. So that's why we get so many different samples, because we come back and test them again in the oven and see which ones have maintained their integrity and which ones agrees with our meter. So here we have barley. Barley is hard to get because it's not a cash crop and not many farmers grow it, but they do still pour it in the meter. So that means we'll have to go out and get samples of barley. Right now, there's two types of barley. You have 6-row barley and 2-row barley. Now that you have a lot of microbreweries coming into play, they're growing a lot of 2-row barley for the beer industry. So we have to go out and get samples of those to make sure that when they bring that to the elevator, that's keeping the right moisture. So this is barley, this is wheat, this is soybean. This shelf is also used for the previous years of samples. So if I have a sample that was great, I'll hold on to it for at least a year in case the harvest isn't as good the upcoming year. I'll have something to fall on. So I always try to have some grain in here, some type of grain in here for every year. Now you see what we do in the Grain Moisture Testing Laboratory. We develop standards to be taken to the field and test grain moisture meters to ensure that there's equity in the marketplace and to ensure that the farmers and the grain elevator operators are getting the correct commodity for which they're paying for and which they're selling. So that's why we go out here every year to make sure that the grain moisture meters are recording correctly.